told Mr. Washington I wanted to become a disc jockey. Someone asked me to tell this story. And he said, Les Brown, he said, if you want to do anything worthwhile in life, you've got to be hungry. And so I started working to develop myself. He said, I want you to practice every day being a disc jockey. I said, but I don't have any job now. He said, it doesn't matter. He said that it's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have an opportunity and not be prepared. So every day I was working to develop myself. And that's what you must do. And as I was working to develop myself, I applied for a job as a disc jockey, WMBM on Miami Beach. I went to a guy named Milton Butterball. I said, how you doing, Mr. Butterball? I'd like to get a job as a disc jockey. He looked at me, he said, do you have any broadcast background? I said, no, sir, I don't. Do you have any journalism background? I said, no, sir, I don't. He said, we don't have any jobs available. I said, yes, sir. I went back to Mr. Washington and I told him, he said, don't take it personally. He said, most people are so negative, they will have to say no 7 times before they say yes. He said, go back again. So I went back again. I said, how you doing, Mr. Butterball? My name is Les Brown. He said, I know what your name is. What do you want? I said, I'd like to know whether or not you have any jobs as a disc jockey, sir. He said, didn't I just tell you yesterday we didn't have any jobs? I said, yes, sir, but I know whether or not somebody got laid off or somebody was fired, sir. He said, no one was laid off or fired. Now get on out of here. I came back the next day. Hello, Mr. Butterball. How are you? He said, fine. What do you want now? I said, I'd like to know whether or not you got any jobs, sir. Didn't I tell you the last 2 days we didn't have any jobs? I said, yes, sir, but I don't know whether or not somebody got sick or somebody died, sir. He said, no one got sick or died. Now don't come back here and throw me out again. I came back the next day like I was seeing you for the first time. I said, hello, Mr. Butterball. How are you? He looked at me with rage. He said, go get me some coffee. I said, yes, sir. And I went to get him some coffee. After a while, I would get their lunch and dinner, and I would go in the control rooms and take the disc jockeys their food, and I would not leave until they would ask me to leave. Then they started trusting me to pick up entertainers that came to town. Entertainers like the Four Tops and the Temptations and Donna Ross and the Supremes. I would drive them all over Miami Beach in the disc jockeys' big long Cadillacs. I didn't have any driver's license, but I was driving like I had some. And one day, one Saturday afternoon, while I was at the radio station, a guy named Rock was drinking while he was on the air. I was the only one there, looking at him through the control room windows, walking back and forth, young, ready, and hungry. I was saying, drink, Rock, drink. Drink, Rock. I'd have gone to get him some more if he'd asked me to. Pretty soon the phone rang, and it was the general manager. And I answered the phone. I said, hello? He said, Les, this is Mr. Klein. I said, I know. He said, Rock can't finish his program. I said, I know. He said, would you call one of the other DJs in? I said, yes, sir. I hung the phone up. I said, now he must think I'm crazy. I called my mom and my girlfriend, Cassandra. I said, y'all turn up the radio and come out on the front porch. I'm about to come on the air. I waited for about 20 minutes. And I called him back. I said, Mr. Klein, I can't find nobody. He said, young boy, do you know how to work the controls? I said, yes, sir. He said, go in there and don't say nothing here. I said, yes, sir. I couldn't wait to get behind those controls. I put on an old Stevie Wonder record called Fingertips. I sat down behind that turntable. I said, look out, this is me, LB Triple P. Les Brown, your platter playing papa. There were none before me, and there will be none after me. Therefore, that makes me the one and only. Young and single and love to make a certified, bona fide, indubitably qualified to bring you satisfaction, a whole lot of action. Look out, baby, I'm your love man. I was hungry. I was hungry. You got to be hungry.
He talked about having.
Okay, then. Welcome, everybody, to the second session of our live masterclass series on how to get started in the high ticket space. I hope everybody has watched the first class. Those of you going to be watching this on the recording, make sure you go back to the first class because we drop some bombs and value on the first call. And we had some great feedback, man. And I don't know where to start, but I hope everybody has actioned all the things that we spoke about, from setting your goals, putting down your goals on paper, having clear vision on your reason why, deciding you need to become a new version because this current version is no longer going to cut it, no longer going to make it. We need to grow into the person that we want to, we want to become. So, in regards to, perfect. So the one of the main reasons that I want to speak to you, and the main topics that I want to speak to you guys about today, is because look, once we've got our mind ready and we've decided that high ticket sales is the journey that we want to go down. Now, I'm going to be going over a lot of things with you guys. But truth be told, there has to be actionable steps that we're gonna have to take, because learning all of these things, now look, and it's not rocket science that we have to learn in high ticket sales, because all it is talking to people, guys. You can have. I'm a simple guy, and I'm not here to complicate things. There's a few things that we need to get into check, but I just want you all to know. Remote high ticket sales, whether you're a setter, whether you're a closer, or you're a sales manager, it's talking to people, it's dealing with people. So you just need to make sure you're working on these skills on becoming a great communicator. Once you've become a good communicator, and you understand your role as well. So, but in order to get to the role, what needs to happen? You need to become someone that's attractive to clients. So before we sell anything, what do we first need to do? We need to sell ourselves. So we need to ask ourselves, okay, because look, and this is where a lot of people, they fail. And this is where a lot of clients look at you and they're like, oh, well, if this person is not even doing a great job in selling themselves, how the heck are they going to sell my products and services? How are they going to promote my products and services? So, and look, as I say to you, how you do anything is how you do everything. So it's really important how you're going to turn up, guys. It's very, very important on how you're going to turn up. So one thing that I like to, because look, before you even get to speak to somebody, you're going to have to put yourself in front of them in this, in the sense of maybe a resume. I like to call them one pagers, and not a typical one as well, where, just like the typical resumes, because look, we need to stand out from the crowd right now. There's probably thousands of people in the same position as you. So what are you going to be doing different to stand out from the crowd? And this is where my experience comes in. And this is where I'm going to be teaching and showing you guys on, how you can not only land the role, because landing the role is just one job, guys. It's like 50% of the job. But then the next part is it's actually being good on that role so you can make 10, 20K, 30K, whatever the amounts are a month. Because look, some of you guys, and I'm going over a lot of the messages that I've been getting, you guys like, oh, I just need a role. I just need a role. Let me tell you something. Just before I got onto this live, I saw one of the guys that are in the live masterclass. Imagine you've been selected from hundreds of people to be a part of this masterclass. And like you message, you've landed the role now. And like, I need to go and do my dials. I need to go and dial. And like, this call is probably going to be like 30, 40 minutes. I don't know what. But again, man, some people are just too distracted. And I don't know, man. I can't. Sometimes, I can't get my head around them. But then again, I've been around in this space and sales and marketing and management, for so many years. This happens. People say one thing and they do the other. Now you've got a multi-7-figure sales pro teaching, coaching, and mentoring you and giving you the frameworks to actually go and win in high ticket sales. but you're like, oh no, I'll come back to this later. Let me just go do my sets and let me just go do my calls and whatever. Like, I'm not specifically pointing out anybody. I kind of am, but without mentioning any names. But that's not the way you operate, guys, man. That's like, having Ronaldo come up to you and be like, look, I'm going to coach you. Look, I'm having a coaching session for free. Come down. It's like 30 minutes and I'm going to coach you for free. And then you say to him, no, I need to go train with my friends. Oh, I've got this football game that I need to go to. Like, it just doesn't make sense. But again, man, and this is why I say, freaking, you gotta be coachable, man. Just listen and follow to what I'm saying. And look, already, I just know from some of the steps that I gave people yesterday, they haven't followed them. But what have I done right at the beginning of this this live? Who was I having you guys listen to? Les Brown. It's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have it than have an opportunity and not be prepared for it. What does that even mean? It's like this right now. How we get so many people saying, oh, I want a job, I need a job, I need a role. And the moment they get the role, the quicker they got the role, the quicker they were gone. And this is why, in the high ticket sales space and in any sales space as well, there's a huge churn of salespeople coming and going. No one really takes the time out to go professional, go pro, and really master their craft. And this is what we're going to be doing, guys. And maybe I'm going to post this live. I don't know, but I'm going to be taking, some people of these, lives onto a private Zoom, and I'm going to be going through practical things with them. Maybe I will air this. I don't know right now, but we'll see. But maybe I will, because I want to document. I want to document and show you guys who I'm working with and what we're going to be doing with them as well. So, anyhow, so, you need to have your one pager. So like, what's your one pager going to have on there? You don't want it like a resume or a CV. Like these are just boring old things. We want to mimic some of that. Or like, I won't even say mimic. You want to get the information from that and you want to just put it on a one page and make it different. I've gone over in my other previous trainings on how to and what to do and what to put on there as well. But again, I don't want it a typical one, and I want it to stand out from the crowd. That should give anyone looking at it. Because look, you got to remember when you're giving your resumes and intros to management and managers, etc., they get thousands of these. So what are you going to do to get their attention? Not only get their attention, but keep their attention as well. This is key. So have this in your mind. Like, what am I going to do to not only get their attention, but keep their attention as well? And you got to stand out from the crowd. I used to look at everybody's resumes. I was like, these are freaking boring. And they're just dull and then the same and everything. What shall I do on mine? And I just came across one of my one pages that I sent to someone in 2022 and 2023. There's some influencers that I was just seeing on social media, and I just clicked, and I was like, bro, I sent you a message in 2022. Now this guy's responsible for hundreds of millions of dollars. And I was like, no way. Tens of millions of dollars later, I go back to it and I'm reading this now and I'm like going through all of it. And look, my one pages were very different. It will give a brief about myself. Now I would include all my experiences on there, but I'll make them and I'll get transferable experience and skills. So let's just say, for example, what are you going to have on your one pager? Well, that's going to get your experiences on there. But then some people are going to come to me like, oh, Jabran, I don't have any experience. Well, you do have life experience, right? So we can utilize that. So how am I going to utilize it? Maybe you're going to talk about some experiences where you overcome some challenges, or you can showcase how coachable, how motivated, and how hungry you are. You can use them. You can explain like how educated you are, where you went for educate, like the highest level of education you've got. If that one pager should showcase, because look, you want to step back and ask yourself. I'm not going to, just waffle on there. You want to ask yourself, what is this manager going to be looking for? What is this manager going to be looking for? Or what is this company going to be looking for to hire me? What are the skills that they're going to be looking for? Someone that's well-spoken, someone that's professional, someone that's on time, that's hungry, that's coachable, that's motivated. Like these are just some of the skills that they're going to be looking for. So how about I look for examples in my life, in my work, and in any of the jobs that I've had, they don't need to be sales. And how can I showcase those skills from those jobs and transfer them onto my resume? And then you want to have a nice professional photo on there as well, like a bit different to everybody as well. And like the same thing goes with your intro video as well. You want it high energy. You want it to, show that you're energetic, you're passionate, you're hungry, you're coachable, you're motivated, you're driven. You'll be the first one in, the last one out. But guys, I don't only just want you to say these things. As I'm mentioning all of these words, you guys need to be writing them down and studying them. I mean, Googling what they mean. You guys probably know what it means by hungry, but then maybe just Google and ChatGPT or whatever, examples of being hungry. I want you to research that and make that a part of your DNA. So when you're naturally rocking up, you're showing someone that because look, these are the qualities that I'm talking to you guys about to make a part of you, because these are the qualities that are going to make you win in the high ticket space and are going to make you stand out from the crowd. Now, some people are going to be like, well, I can't do this and I can't do that. Well, then I'm sorry, you're not going to be able to move the needle in your career or your income. Okay, here's another part that most people don't do, and this is an addition that I want the Closers University guys to do, because trust me, when you guys add this into your applications and when you're able to, because look, the moment you reach out to someone, they need to see that this person can win in our company. Like, can they even do the job? So what about role plays? Now, a lot of you guys have been getting you guys to, reach out to each other, get accountability partners. You guys have been forming small groups. How about you go on to Zoom? You have the Fathom note taker recording it as well. And you guys, you could maybe just use the Closers University script of, I don't know, the offer is literally this: we're helping people. Now, I don't have any offers over here right now, but like you could have an offer like helping, 9-to-5ers transition into high ticket sales. So some of you guys can be the appointment setters, and some of you guys can be the prospects, and the prospects have filled out an application. Well, they saw a video sales letter, they filled out an application, and they're waiting for the appointment setter to call them. The appointment setter calls them, informs them, educates them, finds out their problem. I'm going to go through this framework as well, but I'm just briefing you all on it. So you do this on a role play. Now you can write down the framework. Now you go through it. Now you can just snip these out and maybe just make like a 2 to 3 minute video of you just role playing. What is that going to be doing now? Now, this is for people that don't even have jobs. So you can now show this business owner that, hey, Mr. Client, my name is X, Y, and this is my experience. And guess what? Here's a clip of me role playing. They're going to be like, oh my God, so this is how they sound. This is them. This is the experience. This is how hungry and coachable they are. And this is the level of effort they've put in to apply to work here. Now, you best believe your application is going to be standing out amongst most people, because most people don't even do this. And this is what we're going to be doing, because we're going the extra mile. We're going the extra mile. Now, I've gone over like the role of a setter with you guys, but I want you guys to now understand, okay, how can I find these roles? Now, these roles are everywhere. Like you can find them on Indeed. You can find them on, through if you make a list of, like, we've got loads of business owner lists as well, but like one of the great ways, there's a couple of great ways that I'm going to tell you now. This is worth its weight in gold. The first way that I recommend you guys, and you can find any role in this as well. Now, I don't know if some of you guys have used Facebook Ads Library. Now, for those of you that haven't, no problem. I'm going to be going and doing the live call as well. I'm going to show you how to use Facebook Ads Library as well. But oh my God, this is a game changer. Facebook Ads Library is such a thing. Now, I don't know much about it, but I know snippets about it. The moment you go into Facebook Ads Library, you can actually type down, let's just say, AI or e-commerce or Shopify or social media marketing or whatever. Now all of those ads are going to come up. You can even put down, let's just say I give you a list of 3,000 business owners or 3,000 or 300 influencers. Well, you can find out if that influencer is any good or not, or like they have a high ticket offer or whatever, because guess what? All of the ads are now going to be, because if they are running ads, it's most likely they're running ads for a high ticket offer. If they're running ads, you can go through their ad, go through the funnel, and actually go through the whole entire journey and actually see. And once you learn my processes and frameworks and everything, you will also be able to find out the whole process, spot the flaws in their process as well. You can log all of this, and guess what? You now can spot umpteen opportunities where like so many influencers are running ads for their offers. Now, what does that say to you? All of these guys, and some of these guys, you can see like they're running ads for like months or years or whatever. What does that say to you? That, hey, that's an offer that I can set and close for. You make a note of it. You go through the funnel. You sign up to their, whatever the letter is, the whole funnel. You give them the details, so you're now getting emails from them. You even book a call and go through the whole process. Now, I'm not saying go and attend the call, but you can go through the whole process. Now, once you've gone through the whole process, and then maybe you can go, maybe just from seeing their company advertised on Facebook ads library, it's showing you they've got so many ads. Now, if one company has got so many ads, that tells me, it's an indicator that, you know what, they've got some money and they're scaling their business. And if they've got ads that have been running for months and maybe even years, that also solidifies to me that, this is a company that, is scaling and knows what they're doing, and they're making money. Because look, you're not going to run a Facebook ad for umpteen months or years even if it's not making you money. So that's just one indicator, guys. Now, another way to find, these high ticket roles is a term that I was familiar with at a very young age. And that was called networking. Networking with sales managers, networking with, closers, setters, people within this space, networking with salespeople and business owners, just networking. Now, look, we can go into like loads of the topics and ways that how you can network. And, you've heard the term, your network is your net worth. But like, I wanted to read something for you. And I found this very interesting as well. Like, research from a study in 2016 found that over 70%, check this out, over 70% of people were hired at a company where they had a mutual friend or a connection. So if that's one reason to make sure you are networking within this industry, it's not all what you know, it's about who you know. And check this out, and there was an even bigger statistic. However, at the most desirable and successful companies, so the companies that are crushing it and killing it, this number was much higher. So basically over 95% of people were landing a role as a result of their connections. Simply put, a referral onto a role is much highly likely to hand you a role. Your network is your net worth. So this is like what have I been banging on to everybody about, for the past few years, like network. Optimize your social media profiles. Let people know who you are, what you do. Go provide value. Go and interact with people's Facebook posts, Instagram posts, like, comment, share. Optimize your YouTube profile as well, where it's got a clear picture of you. In the description, it gives a breakdown of who you are. There's links to your socials on there as well that people can connect with you. What's all of that doing? And then you're commenting, you're liking, you're sharing content on social media, on YouTube. Your name is cropping up. Guess what? Someone's going to eventually notice it. But so many times we're like, but this and but that, and this but keeps you down. And we don't want to do that. Okay, here's another thing, man. And there's been so many people messaging me and like, Jabran, I've just onboarded on an offer. And what do you think? I asked them about the offer. Now, look, this is very important, guys. You need to, every company is different. Every company is different. Now, look, every man and his dog is going to be looking to, make an offer right now and start a coaching business and start this and start that. And that's all great. We promote entrepreneur, to be an entrepreneur and all of that and everything. But look, if I was you, the moment I'm looking at a company, minimum, if I was just starting out, the minimum I'd like a company to be doing is at least on the low end, $250,000, okay, from 100 grand to $250,000. This is bare minimum. But this is not only the thing that I look at, because look, I'm someone, I don't care if you're doing zero, you're starting at zero. If you can provide, if you've got a good marketing structure, a good marketing process and systems, I'll bring in leads. I'll bring in and close those leads. So long as you can bring me some leads. Now, look, me, for example, I know I can build, anyone a multi-million-dollar a month business, easy, from scratch. I just know I can. So long as they have great fulfillment. Now, what do I mean by fulfillment? Now, look, these are the things that I want you guys to look out for when you're looking at companies. Because look, there's not a shortage of companies. I'm going to get some of my ops guys to put down, a list of like 300 plus to 3,000 businesses, all on a piece of spread. We've already got it anyway. I'll give you access to it as well. So you guys can see all of these companies, see all of these business owners. The moment you put one business owner on Instagram, you're going to see all like related business owners to them as well. But 300 is going to become like 10,000. That's how much we've got. So there's loads of businesses. But look, like I said to you, you need to work on yourself first as well. Improve your game. How are you going to do that? Through these calls, through these lives, through these trainings. But look, when you're looking at a company, so revenue is one indicator, but then you're going to be looking at like, okay, what about the marketing processes? Now, how are you guys going to know if it's got a solid marketing process or not? You need to first get yourself informed and educated of what a good marketing process is. Now, you need to ask them like, okay, how much are they spending? Like you'd want to find out at least how much are they spending on marketing a month? How many leads are they getting a month? But look, there's leads. So you got to understand what is a lead. A lead is just someone just opting in for just maybe some information. But then how many of those leads are they converting into calls? How many of those calls? Now, how many calls are they getting booked a day? How many booked calls are they getting a day? Qualified booked calls. How many calls are on the calendars? How many? What's the show up rate? So these are all of the things that you want to ask them. How many closers do they have? Who are the closers? Because imagine this: you've got, and this is why there's a huge lack of real good salespeople in this industry, man. Because there's some companies that have great marketing, but they have a terrible sales process and even worse sales team. Like you can have like really good leads and whatever and whatnot, but then if you got bad salespeople, you're not going to close anything. And let me tell you, man, there's a lack of really good salespeople. There's average salespeople out there, man. So many people are getting so distracted and like, let me learn this script and let me learn that style and let me do this and let me do that. They're just everywhere. People have forgot that they're speaking to humans. Like, I mean, why do you need to freaking learn a 6-page freaking script and all of that and everything to speak to a human that, that has a problem, you're familiar with that problem, you have a solution, you're familiar with that solution. So how about you just sit and chat with them? You consult with them. You find out, and this is literally what I do. Find out what their problem is, let them know that they have a problem, make them aware that we have the solution and we are the only solution for them. Make sure, so this is if I was a setter, and I'll make sure they have all of this in process so they attend the call. Because look, my job as a setter is not to sell the product or service or the coaching program or anything. No, it's not. It's to help find out the problem and it's to sell the meeting. You don't sell the offer because then you're going to be there for ages. You want to just go through the numbers. You want to sell the appointment, not the product or service. I hope everybody is getting what I'm speaking about, man, because I know I'm speaking fast. Make sure you watch this on replay. Make sure you take notes on what I'm saying and then do your own research on what I'm saying as well, because I want you to confirm what I'm saying. on these calls as well, and do your own due diligence. So once we spotted this with all these companies, because look, some of you guys are landing, and this is where like, this is why it's so important, guys, to have the right mentor, man. Look at me. I like, alhamdulillah, I was blessed and fortunate to have many great people around me all my life. And I was knocking around in the high ticket space for like 9 months to a year. I remember like the first few months I was just like researching and going through stuff and looking at free stuff and free material. There was no one there to coach me. And then eventually, once I did started landing roles, I knew like one thing I was good at, and I've always been good at, is promoting and selling. And of course, I'm going to be able to sell myself. So like most salespeople are able to talk a good talk, but very few are good at walking the walk as well. And look, I struggled in my first few months in high ticket sales as well. So how about you take my advice and learn from my mistakes that I've learned from? And I'm telling you, don't waste your time on companies. Now, I'm not saying these companies are not going to work or whatever, but if you want to make big money, or if you want to make decent money as well, like you need to look at all of these things as well. Okay, like can they provide me with leads to speak to? Now, what are the leads that they're going to be providing me with? Are they cold, absolute freezing cold leads that don't even have any idea about who we are? Now, and I'm not saying that's not going to work. Like, I'll even get to work on them, but it will be much harder. Now, the beautiful thing about the high ticket sales space is it's not cold calling. And that's why, like, so, you know, a lot of companies and brands and whatever, they introduce cold calling to this as well and whatever. And I don't mind that, because they sometimes give us a higher percentage to do the cold calls. So I'm like, yeah, okay, no problem. But like, if you were to look at a genuine high ticket sales opportunity and not to waste your time, and you want an opportunity that would at least get you to like 5K, 10K a month within 30 to 60 days. These are the things that I'd look for. They have a great marketing process. It's not cold leads. They're warm inbound leads. So people that have opted in to speak to them. That's the first thing I'd look for. If the company doesn't have that, I'd stay away from it for now, because I want you guys to taste the money, man, in high ticket sales. Because the moment you do, now I was lucky and fortunate enough, like the first role I landed, he gave me a £2,000 base, and he said he's going to give me 25% commissions. I was buzzing, over the moon. But then by week 3, he just fired me because I didn't have a clue what I was doing. And plus he wasn't, and here I'll give you an insight, he wasn't actually ready. You know, I thought he's going to give me his personal social media profile, and I'm going to be messy. And I was happy. I was happy to be on appointment. Imagine Jabran with over 25. At the time, I had 25 years in sales, and I was happy to be an appointment setter. I was, and anyone could be an appointment setter without any experience. And I was willing to start off as an appointment setter. But there's so many people that come up to me and like, oh, I don't want to be appointment saying, I don't want to do appointment saying, I want to start as a closer and whatever. I'm like, listen, you haven't even walked in this industry and you want to go run. You haven't even earned your first $10,000 in this industry consistently, and like you want to be a closer or whatever. I'm like, look, man, just sit down, have some patience. But some people, they don't have patience. And like, oh, I'm a closer and I'm a closer. Okay, you are a closer, but let's see you set some deals as well. Because look, in you becoming a setter and doing like setting, I'll be honest with you. You know, if I was a setter, I really believe I'll probably be one of the best setters in the world. And I'll make sure I'm one of the best setters in the world, because the way I look at it is I've got multiple closers working for me. I'll go and find a great company that has great marketing. They get hundreds of leads a day, and that I've got access to. So I've got thousands of leads that I can call, text, email. You best believe I'll be sending text messages, emails, and calls. I'll do all of this to get leads booked in. Now, imagine there's 8 closers that I'm getting leads booked in for, and I'm booking like double digits a day. We have a philosophy in the Closers University that, you know, you book double digits. You book double digit calls. Because if you book double digit calls, minimum, you're going to become a 20K a month setter. We've done it. We've shown it. The guys that were booking double digit sets a day, like going ham and booking double digits a day. Let's just say 10 of those sets, appointments that you booked showed. They had a 50% show rate, and out of the 50% that showed, 30% of them got that closed. That's a high amount. Now 30% closed, so like 3 out of 10. do the maths. Let's just say you got 3 deals in a day. Imagine you got 3 deals in a day from the multiple closes that you've got. And like each commission check was like 1,000 or 500 or 2,000. Some people can have, an appointment setter can have like a $5,000 commission check, $2,500, 3,000. It all really depends on the offer. So this is what I would do and I would look for if I was going to look for an opportunity. So once I've seen that they've got a solid marketing process and another thing that I'd look for is I wouldn't personally look for this because I just really believe in my own ability. Even if there's someone there not making 20K a month, because let's face it, when I joined the Kevin Davids team, I don't think there was many people making 20, 30, 40, 50K a month. I was like, that doesn't matter. I know I can do it. Can you give me the leads? Can you give me the people to speak to? Don't worry about the rest. I'll figure out the rest. But that's just the leader in me. That's just the go-getter in me. But like for some of you guys, you'd want to see like some proof that people are making money there. Like, are setters making money? Maybe you want to ask them, what was your revenue last month? How many booked calls did you get last month? Oh, we don't know the numbers. Oh, okay, how many booked calls did you get yesterday, the day before? Like, can you get me those numbers? And some business owners would shy away, like especially the new ones. The new business owners that some of you guys are newbies, and like I know you guys are vulnerable because you're not experienced in this industry as well, and like you're landing roles with brand new startups. There's nothing wrong with startups, but like you guys are brand new as well, and like it's going to be very hard for you guys to win there because it's not a proven offer. So okay, if the CEO is providing proven leads, like qualified leads, inbound leads for you to call and close, then okay, then that's a different conversation. But if they're not, and like, oh, we're testing this out, or like some of them, they're like, oh, we're only spending like $30 a day, and they're probably getting like 2-3 leads a day. Well, that's not enough leads for you to work on. So you need to have like, you need to be able to see that, this company is giving you at least 20, 30 leads a day to work with. Now we were landing opportunities where setters were having like, hundreds of leads to work. But like the opportunities in the companies vary. So that's like the marketing efforts that I look at. I don't look at like, is this company making money? That's another thing. Like, are they making money? How much are they generating? How much are the closers making? How much are the setters making? But then the most important part, guys, because you don't want to just land a role, earn a few $1,000s, and then find out later that, oh, this company can't even keep up with fulfillment. They're not even doing what they're saying. That's really important, man. And I've been bitten a few times with this as well, and I've left roles as well. And then there's been so many things. So fulfillment is key, man, guys. You need to make sure that this, whatever the CEO or whatever the company is saying that they're doing, you need to make sure that they're going above and beyond what they're saying for clients. And like client fulfillment, client satisfaction is at the top of their priorities. It's not only just about making money, guys, because look, you can get people over the line and you can take that and you can take the money and you can get the commissions and whatever, but these are people's livelihoods that we're dealing with. So it's very important that you need to make sure that the clients are doing what they're saying they're doing, and they're fulfilling and they're really looking after the clients. And you'd only know that by seeing testimonials, speaking to clients. So that's another very important thing that I want everybody to have a look at as well. Now look, a lot of people were asking me about like, oh, what are the scripts that we use? What are the frameworks that we use, and this and that and whatever? And like, look, every company has their own framework, has their own script. Now, if you guys want to use like a simple framework that I can, or like if there's any tips that I could give you guys, I could 100% give you all of that. But look, again, that was just what I was talking to you about, like, completely brand new companies. You want to at least, stay away from them. But, okay. All right, the supersetter framework. This is my supersetter framework that I tend to give my setters because I like to, set them aside. I want them to set them apart from everybody else. Now, look, I'm always adding to this and growing from this as well. But like, some of the things that you want to be looking at as soon as the lead comes in, you want to be dialing that lead right away. Like there's so many studies on this as well. Like, the speed to lead ratio. You want to call that lead as soon as it comes in. I mean, they say within 5 minutes, but I'm like, bro, you want to call that within 5 seconds because it has a super high ratio of a pickup. Because what do most setters experience? Oh, the lead's not picking up and whatever, and all this and all that. And it was one of the tips that I found in calling leads as well is I'd always drop them a text message before I call them, and with my name in there as well. Guess what happens? Rather than that company's number coming up as spam calling, it says maybe Jabran calling. Jabran. Then like, oh, Jabran, who the hell's Jabran? Not knowing that you've already sent them a text and boom, you're calling them as well. That just prevents the call coming up as spam. So once you've called them, they've not answered, don't stop there. I would call them again. I'll drop them a text message and then I'll call them again as well. The normal thing that people do. But again, we're not going to be normal. We're going to go a step further than a lot of people. I don't mind people telling you to F off for calling them too much, as opposed to you just not calling them. Like, what's the most people someone's going to say to you? Shut the hell up. I don't want to speak to you and whatever. But you be prepared for that objection as well. Like, and here's another thing that I'm going to be teaching you guys all. Just make a note of it. It's preempting objections. So what does that mean? Before the objection even comes up, you've already covered it. Or if you know that a certain objection is going to come up as in like, no, I don't want to speak to you, but you already have the answer for that. If you already have the answer for it, and the more you say it, the more it's going to become a part of you as well. So look, the speed to lead, call within 5 minutes, you double dial, you send a text message, and guess what? After 5 minutes, you send them another call. Maybe they'll call that. It will probably, you do this more and long enough. Remember, man, most people just don't do sales long enough. And this is why they don't win. You just do this long enough, I guarantee you'll get bigger results than everybody else. Because what most people don't even double dial, just so you know that. Or they'll double dial and they won't send a text message. We're going to double dial, we're going to send a text message, and then we're going to call them 5 minutes after as well. That's only going to increase our chances of speaking to them. Okay. Now, once you've got them on the call, obviously it's a good intro, etc., whatever. Hey, Mr. Client, just got your application. You wanted to leave your 9 to 5 and you want to work with the closest university. Just wanted to figure out, like, what's your current situation? So you want to find out about their current situation. What made them want to reach out? And you want to be quick about that as well, but you want to bridge and build the gap from their problem to your solution. But what that would mean, find out what their problem is and then show them that we are the solution. You need to understand they need you. So your job as an appointment setter is to really pre-frame the call. You need to make sure you're getting them ready to speak to the closer. So you need to make them understand that they have a problem. Like, man, 9 to 5, how long have you been wanting to leave your 9 to 5? Oh, no way. Wow. Let me ask you, man. Why has it taken you so long to reach out to us? Like, where have you been? Like, we've been around for all these years and they're like, oh, this and all that and whatever. Like, look, man, let me tell you, Jabran, man, we've helped thousands of people. Jabran has helped thousands of people, earn tens of thousands of dollars a month from absolute beginners. So many people have retired their parents, have earned the most money they've ever earned. They've replaced their 9 to 5 income. But you just got to be coachable, man. You got to be coachable and make sure you turn up for your call. What am I doing there? I'm setting them up for the call. And I'm actually like coaching them on how to be ready for the call as well. And I'm telling them, but look, how are you going to do all this? What did I do to get to that? I asked them questions. What do you do for a living? How long have you been looking for something? Where the hell have you been all this time? So I'm asking them questions. And then my job is to get them ready. As an appointment setter, is get them ready for the call. So I've done that. Now, but here I'm going to go a step further. And I'm like, I call this the meeting before the meeting. So the appointment setting call is the meeting before the meeting. The meeting is obviously the sales call, but this is the meeting before the meeting. The appointment setter has a huge and very important role. So you want to give them pre-call material. And like, I call these rituals as well. So I give them some homework. I say, look, here's some visuals that I want you to have a look at. This breaks down our whole opportunity and how it works and how the coaching and everything works with Jabran. Here, and I'm also going to send you some testimonials as well. Make sure you drop me a message the moment you've seen all of this as well, just like a little thumbs up. And on the call there and then, I'm sending them a message. Oh, did you get it? I just sent you a text or email. Send them text and an email, both at once. And like, as you're on the call with them, send it to them. Or you can even do it after the call as well. It's up to you, but I'd like just do it right there and then, so you know that they've got the text message. Like, hey, yeah, you look, and I'll probably even pick out a testimonial that I want them to have a look. But normally I send them a link, and one link is like the website with all the information and the testimonials, and another link is just like the PDF. The PDF will have everything on there as well. A PDF will be, now if the company doesn't have it, you best believe I'm getting it made. And that PDF basically informs and educates them and really sells them on what we do, what we've been doing, how we can help them, any FAQs, like any questions that they're going to have, all of those are answered. Because guess what's that doing? That is getting pre-selling them for the call. It's making the closer's job even more easier and simpler. Okay, here's a few more things that you need to get from the setting call. So, and like now, this is going a bit further now as well. Stay with me, guys. What I'm teaching you over here right now, I swear to God, my setters were doing $25,000 a month. My setters were out earning the industry average closers using this exact same framework. So, are they financially qualified? You just want to confirm. You want to confirm that, look, I would like, because look, as much as we want to help people and everything and all of that as well, like we don't want to waste time with people as well. Like, time is money as well. So let them know that, look, it's a paid program. The price is this much. Just want to make sure this is within your budget. Okay, good. So you want to financially qualify them and find out if they're willing to invest in themselves. Are they aware that they have a problem? You need to make them aware that they have a problem and they're ready for a change. Did you see what I did subtly there when I said to them, like, why has it taken you so long to reach out for us? What's that subliminally doing? What's that subconsciously doing that's getting in their head that they're making that change? They've taken that step to make that change. Just like some of you guys have taken that step to get started in the Closers University, get versed with the masterclass. Make sure you're hitting that like button as well, guys, because that's the only thing that you guys could do right now. Smash that like button, show some love. Maybe someone else can see this video as well. Like, comment, and share, and all that fun stuff. And if you haven't subscribed to the Closers University YouTube channel, I don't know where the hell you've been, because you don't need to pay for any other course. Let me just tell you this much. You do not need to pay for any other courses. Just go into the Closers University YouTube channel. Make sure you like the videos that you watch. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, because this YouTube channel has freed up thousands of people. It's helped countless people get involved in the high ticket space and win. And so look, once they know that they have a problem and they're ready for a change, make sure they have, and look, here's the final part as well, because you want to make sure that they're going to show up to the call. And like, how are they going to show up to the call? You make sure that they have the Zoom link, they have the correct Zoom link, they know the date and time, and you just confirm it with them as well. I would always send this in their text messages. GHL used to have automations where it will ask me to prompt, like, and I'll give it the prompt, and like it will just be an automated message that they will get, like it's a welcome from me with the PDF and confirming their time and date with, you know, the link to their call, or like the link will be emailed or text separately. But it will just confirm that they have all of this as well. And they can confirm that they got the Zoom call on their calendar. Now, another thing that I would do as well is I would send reminder texts ahead of the call. I'd automate this as well to confirm that they've reviewed the material, confirm that they have the Zoom link, and confirm that they heard the call. And I'll probably just count it down to like your calls in 6 hours, 3 hours, 1 hour, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, your call is now. So I'll give them multiple reminders, because most people, they need reminders, man. A lot of people need reminders. A lot of people need reminders for this live call. They still didn't turn up. 50 people wanted to be in this masterclass. How many people turned up? Don't even ask me. But look, this is people, man. People are lazy. People are lazy. They don't because they're getting this for free. Like, you know how many people freaking kick me for saying, well, what the hell are you doing? Why are you giving it away for free? But I don't know, man. I just love serving people. I love helping people, and that's what I'm here for. So, okay, let's just say they've attended the call now and everything. They've on the call, and now, guys, what I'm teaching you over here is how to become a super setter. So you've done all of this. They've attended the call. Now, if I'd liaise with the closer as well. Now, and you need to have that relationship with the closer. So you know how you're going to deal with leads, because some leads, some closers are going to want to speak to them themselves after the call. So you want to make sure you're on the right page with them as well. And this, like, what I would do is I would send maybe some relatable testimonials straight after the call. If they never closed on the call, I'll check in with the closer and I'll send some relatable testimonials to them. Now, there's going to be some calls that I just haven't. They didn't buy. So you want to contact and follow up with the leads that didn't close. Send some follow-up information, some follow-up texts or PDFs or whatever. Or you want to also call the no-shows. Some people just gone through everything. They confirmed they were going to come. They come onto the call and they don't turn up because life gets in the way. Just like life gets in the way for everybody, and certain things happen. You want to call those no-shows and get them rebooked onto the calls again. Because trust me, man, loads of people don't do this, guys. I know I'm rushing through this, but a lot of people do not do this, and this is why they don't make big money. What I'm telling you over here right now is a multi-7-figure a month framework. Let that sink in. Most companies are not even doing this, and that's why they're not even making this money. Imagine, guys, what I've just shared with you over here right now. This is my super setter framework that most setters, I think 70% of setters don't even use. Imagine you going through this framework on your intro video. Oh my God. So like you make a video of like 3 minutes. The first 60 seconds is introducing yourself. The next 60 seconds is doing some role play. The other 60 seconds is just being bashing through these points on like explaining your framework. Oh my God, I guarantee you no setter is doing that. Well, some people are going to be doing it right now, but imagine you get that on a video and now that's your intro video. You best believe you have just sold and closed any person watching that video into hiring you. But that's just what we do at the Closers University, man. We do things differently. I look at what everybody else is doing and I'll go and do the opposite. Okay, so look, I've been talking for a few minutes now, and like, look, I just want you guys to understand, man. Sales, you've heard this before. It's a cliche saying or whatever, but sales is a numbers game. Sales is a numbers game, and the more people you speak to, the more numbers you go through, eventually you'll get the people, and you got to grow through the no's. Some people are going to say no. Some people are going to ghost you. Some people are going to say maybe, and some people are going to say yes and still say no. It's okay. You want to emotionally detach yourself from the outcome. And if you have, like, if you're only going to speak to a couple of people and hope a couple of people are going to close and set on whatever, guess what? It's not going to happen. And like you're gonna get down in the dumps when someone's not gonna turn up. But imagine you're speaking to hundreds of people, and you're getting hundreds of people, and tons of people are booked a day. You're not gonna lose sleep over one person not turning up or one person not closing, because guess what? You've got another 10 meetings booked the next day. So that's why make sure you go through the numbers. If a company wants you to book 3-4 sets a day, be like, nah. You'd be like, okay, safe. 3-4 sets. In your mind, you need to get double digits, because that's what Jabran's told you. Double digits. You don't care what anyone else is saying. If the company is saying that, oh, like our top setter is getting 2-3 sets a day, listen, your top setter is not me. And I don't want you to say that to them, but this is how, I swear, I go into companies and I literally double their revenue, triple their revenue, quadruple their revenue, because nobody thinks and operates like me. I'm just a beast when it comes to high ticket sales. No, and this is the philosophy that I'm trying to have implemented in you guys. So you guys now have this framework. This is just my setting framework. Wait till you see my closing framework, which brings the money in. Like, it's levels above everybody else's. So just remember, it's a numbers game. We need to go through it. The more people you speak to, the more chances you have to get more deals. Remember that. Just keep talking to people and you'll have the leads. That's why it's very important to find a company that can provide you with a lot of leads. And remember, don't be afraid of being rubbish. Man, I was rubbish in my first few roles. I'm not going to deny it. I was, because I didn't know what I was doing. I'd never done it before. But it's okay. Repetition is the mother of learning. You just do it. You review your calls. So once you've done it, you do it again. And the more you do it, the better you'll get. But if you don't do it, you don't take that first step, you're just gonna and look, the great thing is you guys are gonna be getting on calls and doing role plays. Now, the first few times that you get on and do role plays, you're gonna be nervous, you're gonna be shy. I'm like, he's looking and she's looking, and oh my God, and they can hear me speak. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You just got to step out of your comfort zone. Because remember, in the comfort zone, nothing bloody grows there. Nothing. Crickets. But we need money to be growing from you. And how are we going to do that? By you getting out of your comfort zone. So I want you to go through your past work experience and tailor your past experiences, your roles, tailor them and elaborate on your transferable skills, which I've already mentioned. But look, guys, that's just like a short training session that I wanted to do for you guys on learning high ticket sales. That was the first part, and then now getting yourself ready to land the roles and then learning this framework. I know I whizzed through a lot, but look, that in a nutshell is some of the things that I want you to do. Now the next few sessions are going to be live. I'm going to be picking out people live, live, and I'm going to be taking them onto the Zoom call, and we're going to be actioning all of these things. We're going to be actioning all the things that I talk about and I teach about, and I'm going to be picking individuals from, the comment sections, from the masterclass, and we're just going to get things dialed in, and I'm going to get them landed on roles. But not only landed on roles, I want them winning on those roles also. I'm going to be picking out all of these things as well. I want to see if I can find, if I had any comments. There was, okay. So some people were asking questions about, like, do I need experience to, close high ticket deals? The truth is, no, you don't need, but you do need, to be able to, you do need to learn sales psychology. Like, you need to have a structure. You need to have emotional control and intelligence as well. So look, the truth is you don't. But look, high ticket sales is not about, like, slick talking, as in like, oh, you got to be a real good talker and you got to be no. And it's not all about, high ticket sales being about extrovert and whatever. There's loads of introverts that, are very reserved. They're not like speak 150 miles an hour like me. Like, trust me, you don't need to be talking, 150 miles and be so excited and whatever. It's not about the slick talking. What you need to be able to do is be able to diagnose problems, control your frame, the structure of the call. You need to be able to ask uncomfortable questions, as in that, like, look, Ahmed, like, how long have you been in this current situation? I mean, what's the goal over here? How much money do you want to make? I mean, Ahmed, how far are you from making 20K a month? How long have you been in that situation? But these are tough questions. But look how I'm asking the questions as well. I'm intrigued, but I'm also putting them on the spot. I'm like, what's holding you back? Like, these are just some of the things, like, and this is emotional intelligence as well. But like, look, this is where most, experienced salespeople, they fail, because they don't know how to be human. With me, when I'm on the call with my people, I'm human. I'm looking at them and I'm treating them like it's one of my family members sitting across from me. What conversation would I want to have with my family member? And I genuinely try to help them. And look, in regards to experience, just make sure you're coachable, man. Show me you're coachable, first of all, by following the steps that I've given you from the first live call from now. How many of you guys are actioning what I've told you about as well, like leaving your comments leaving your takeaways in the comment section, showing what you've learned from this as well, actioning what you've learned, tagging me on social media with your goals and your, outside your bedroom door, putting the posters outside your bedroom door and tagging me and saying, hey, Jabran, I too am making goals like you. All of this, man. But look, most people, they lack coachability and they lack discipline. And this is why they don't win in sales. They don't win in high ticket sales. Another question that I had is high ticket sales saturated. Man, freaking forget all of that, man. I was hearing all sorts of BS, like, when in 2020, people saying, oh, there's no money and there's no this. Like, listen, you don't need to focus and settle on negative things. Yeah, if you want to be learning another skill or whatever, that's good. It's good for your personal development and whatever and all sorts. And if you want to be learning AI or learning some marketing, that's good for you and it's good as well. But don't focus on like, is it saturated or people don't have money? Because whilst you're doing all of this, guess what I'm doing? I'm getting to work. I'm getting to work on income generating activities. I'm looking to make money, not think about like, oh, can I make money? Can I not? And look, average closers are everywhere. Average setters are everywhere. You don't want to be average. We're not teaching you to be average. We are teaching you to be rare and like different from others. The frameworks and the lessons that I'm teaching you guys, believe me, guys, some of you guys haven't paid for these, but these are 7, 8-figure frameworks that you guys now can make your own. So look, if you can show up on time, follow a sales process, do this ethically, and not emotionally collapse, after you get some objections, you're already in the top 20%. I'll say that again. If you can show up on time, follow a sales process, you do this ethically, be coachable, and not emotionally collapse after objections, you're already in the top tier of sales pros. Another question was like, how much can I really make? I mean, like, what the hell, man? Like, people are like, oh, how much can I really make? Now, look, the numbers are going to vary. And I'm not saying, oh, like, come in. And this is where some people just get so confused. They're like, yeah, I want to become a high ticket setter and high ticket appointment setter and closer and whatever. I'm going to make 10, 20K a month. You can. But you need to bring the work that comes with it as well. But like realistically, like if I look at my own self, when I started off in this space, I was making around about 3-4 grand a month for the first few months, 3 to 5 grand a month, the first few months. And then as I got past like 90 days on, in the industry or in an offer, that's where you can crack, the 8 to 15K a month, the 20K a month, the 30K a month. Like, elites can cross 20K a month. You can, but it takes time. But like as I mentioned, like, look, your income really depends on the company, the lead flow, the fulfillment of them, the deal size. Like, imagine you're working for a great company, but they just don't have a high ticket offer. They have all these leads and everything and all of that, but they don't have a high. That's why, like, for me, I want to be closing on an offer that's minimum 10K. Like, it has a 10K price point at least, or at least I can, close a 10K package. Like right now, I'd be like, I'd minimum want a 20K package because you look, imagine this, you're doing the same work, like you're setting, you're closing or whatever. You're doing the same work, you're getting people over the line. But now, just because you're getting them over line on a 10K package, let's just say you make 10% on a 10K package, that's $1,000. But imagine you're doing the same work on a different offer, and it wasn't 10K, it was 20K. What's 10% of 20K? $2,000. Now imagine, some of you guys can compare this to your work. Like some of you guys are probably in sales jobs, or you have sales jobs, or you've had sales jobs. And we're like, you sold one item, like this pen holder or whatever. You sold this for, I don't know, £10 and you made like 20 pence from it. Whereas now you're in this company and you sold this phone, you sold it for 1,000 and you made 100. Or you sold something, I don't know, you sold a part of the, an island. My wife bought me this, by the way. I told her I wanted a big globe world, but she bought me a cheap one. I need to sort her out. You sold a piece of property that was worth $1 million. Imagine you selling something that's $1 million and you get paid just 5% off it. 5% of $1 million is like 50K, 50,000. But like, the high ticket sales industry is huge, guys. It's huge. There are huge offers out there. There's offers out there that are like legit 20, 50K, 100K offers. Imagine you're doing the same work. You're just getting paid more. Literally, you're just setting and you're closing the same work. It's the same commission, but on a bigger price point. So now we're like, your conversations were worth $1,000 on a 10K package. Now your conversations are worth $5,000 because now you're selling a 50K package. There's so many 50K packages out there, guys. I'm just giving you examples. Oh, another question was, how long is it until I'm good? I mean, you tell me, how coachable are you? Like, let me tell you, out of the 50 people that have been selected for the masterclass, and I just randomly selected them as well. Like, I just looked at them and like they reached out to me, they followed thought, and I was like, okay, cool, you're in. Out of the 50 people that have reached out to me and are on our masterclass, look, some people it's going to take them 30 days. It's going to take them 60 days. Some people it's going to take 90 days. Some people it's going to take 6 to 12 months. And guess what? With some people, it's just not going to happen. Why? Because they refuse to change. They refuse to be coachable. They don't have discipline. So I'm not going to lie to you and be like, oh, yeah, it's going to take you this long. It really depends on you. I swear to God. But there's some people within my masterclass, out of the 50, there's about 5 to 6 people, maybe pushing it to 8 or 9, 10 people. But I can put my hand on like 5 to 6 people solid that are going to crush it within 60 days, that are going to crush it. They're going to make the most money they've ever made within 60 days. And I'm going to go above and beyond for them because I'm watching them go above and beyond. You want to see who they are? Go onto the Closest University YouTube videos. You'll see the ones that are leaving the details takeaways. You'll see their names. You'll see the optimized profiles. You'll see who they are. And you'll see the takeaways that they're leaving. And you'll be like, yo, this guy knows what he's talking about. And these are the people that you watch what I do with 30 to 60. And look, I just specialize in taking absolutely nothing to something. And this is what I'm going to be doing with these people because they're being coachable. I'm telling you right now, all of the frameworks and everything that I learned, I never knew before. I learned these and became a multi-million-dollar a month sales pro. And this is what I can do for you guys if you guys just follow it. It's there for you to model. Okay, okay, so I've got loads of questions over here as well, but some of the things that people want me to cover as well, like confidence. Look, confidence comes from structure. Confidence comes from repetition, repeating what you're doing, and the more you do it, the more confident you'll get. Just remember, you're going to suck up first. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay to be boring and dull and whatever to begin with, but just don't give up. Make sure you're improving. Don't freeze on calls. Don't, miss. You're probably going to miss buying signals. Someone's going to be like readily like saying, yeah, I want to buy and whatever, and you're still there talking. This is going to happen. It's okay. But it's very important you review your calls. Okay. Practical advice for someone starting today. That's a very, very good question. So this is what I would do. I'd pick one market, just one vertical, and I would learn. Like, what do I mean by that? Like, whether it's coaching, whether it's a SaaS company, whether it's an agency, social media marketing, or e-com, or whatever it is, I will pick, or AI or whatever. I'll pick one niche. I will do my own due diligence and my own research on it as well, just to learn the language and whatever. I'll pick one. I'll master the language. I'll learn the pain points. This is very important. I'd learn the pain points of that industry and that target market. So now I'm becoming an expert. Man, oh my God, they don't teach you this. I'm telling you, the people don't teach you this right now. And you're getting this from me because I've gone through all these mistakes. So I hope anyone new that's coming on over here, you're smashing that like button. And if you haven't already, I don't know where the hell you've been, you need to subscribe to the Closest University YouTube channel because this is going to be the best thing you've ever come across to make sure you're going to change your current situation. Okay. The next question, the next tip, learn one sales framework deeply. Now, I've just given you a framework, man. I've given you the framework, the same framework that's helped people become 25K a month appointment setters. Like, I'm going to be going over my 50K a month closer framework as well. Boy, that's going to be dangerous. That's going to be dangerous. I'm going to be going over that as well. But look, learn this one framework, really, not freaking 7, 8, 10, 20 scripts and whatever. I like to just understand frameworks, because, a script, okay, some people like scripts. I don't mind. But don't sound scripted, man. Really respect the people that you've got in front of you. Understand what's the psychology behind the scripts. Understand why you're asking the question. Don't just ask the question. Understand why you're asking the question. So you want to master all of this, like the discovery, the pain, the future pacing, as in, look, imagine where you could be, 6 months from now. X and Y, they came and they got it started with us. You know, like I can give you examples of like security guards, bloody security guards making $20,000 a month in appointment setting. I could give you examples of like Uber drivers, of door-to-door salespeople that were earning pennies and now they're earning tens of thousands of dollars. The list is endless. Another point, get obsessed with call reviews. Make sure you're going over your calls. Like, look, everybody does this, man. Boxers do this all. They go over their fights. They have a coach watching onto them. You know, you want to review your calls. You know, when you're doing role plays as well, have that recorded. Go over that. What should I have said here? How could I have said this better? Where did I lose control? You know, what questions should I have asked? You know, this is all in the process of learning and developing in yourself. And look, another thing as well, man, and you know, this is where a lot of people were asking me as well, you know, look, stop chasing roles. You know, they say to you, and this is like one of the red flags that I see, like, no experience required. These roles usually have poor leads, no structure, no support. You want to look for a proven offer, which I've already told you about, that has inbound leads, the commission structure is clear, and they have call volume. And look, high ticket sales is going to test you. It is going to test you. You're going to hear no's. You're going to hear all these or whatever. But you got to detach yourself from all the outcome. And look, on final remarks as well. Like, look, high ticket sales. It's not a shortcut, man. It's not a like. Yeah, you can make big money quick. I'm telling you, you can. You can make big money quick. Like, alhamdulillah, like, you know, my brother, you know, my younger brother, he was like, let me tell you a story about him, man. This guy was a pizza boy. It's nuts. He gave up education. Like, he was trained to be a teacher as well, and he was at the time he was flipping pizzas. He was making pizzas. My brother was making pizzas within 1 year of working with me. Like, I was trying, like, you know how they say, like, you know, when your own ones give you advice that you don't really take it. I'm telling this guy to get involved in high ticket sales since 2020, 2021. Wouldn't listen to me. He claims that, no, you weren't. He would not listen to me. And then eventually, like, one of the days, like, I remember, I think it was like 2022 or something. I showed him one of my paychecks. Well, I think it was my bank statement or something like that, where I earned like £50,000 in a month. That was insane. £50,000. I freaking look back at it right now like it's crazy. Alhamdulillah, I multiplied that tenfold now, and I earn way more than that. But like at that time, that was, and even now, it's still like earning £50,000 a month. Most people, I put it on my Insta story actually yesterday as well. Some of you guys would have saw it. So I show him this now, and like I'm not excited. Like, I was a bit freaking. I was excited as well, and I was like, look. And he was like, what the hell? What is this? What are you doing? Well, what do you mean? I told you what I was doing. And then, cut the long story short, he's like, I want to do this and whatever. He leaves his job. He leaves his university and whatever. He's like, I'm going to do this full time. Like, what the hell am I going to become a teacher for? Forget that. If I could make this in a bloody month, what am I going to do in the whole year working as a teacher and whatever? I was like, oh my God, my mom is going to kill me. And then, cut the long story short, you know me, I'm always networking. As I told you guys earlier as well. Like, I was networking today with 2, 3 9-figure influencers. They were in my inbox on Instagram. So I network with a guy and I connect with a guy called Matt Lepre. He's from Australia. He has an e-com offer. Great guy. He's the one actually who sent me this £1,000 Sony vlogging camera, which I've got out of the box today. Guess what? I've got it charged up. The camera bloody works, but guess what? This thing, which I bought myself for about £170, is like a vlogging thing. The freaking battery's dead on it as well. So the plan was to have it like on, recording me whilst I was doing this, but freaking, I'm just terrible with technology. But anyways, Matt Lepre was the one that, so big up Matt for sending me that camera, that which I still haven't operated yet. Oh my God. But anyways, I landed him a role with Matt Lepre's offer, and like he worked there for about a year. He was I think he was the number one closer there as well, along with somebody else. 1 and 2. He was making a few £1,000s a month from there as well. But like, because Matt Lepre's offer was a relatively low ticket offer, and they had like payment plans and all that and everything, so he never really made much money there. But then the moment he came and worked with me, so I was just like, look, this is just learning for him, because look, one of my mentors told me from a very young age as well, very early on in my career as well, you learn first. You learn, and guess what? You take away the L, and what are you left with? Earn. Then you earn. So you learn, and so what did I get him to do? I made him learn for a year. I made him watch some videos and put him in the role and everything, and then he learned for a whole year. And then after that year, when he came to me in his first month on a solid offer, which was like 10K, 20K, 30K offer that he was closing on, in his first month, I believe he made £30,000. So imagine 1 year ago flipping pizzas. He had no sales experience. He had the same sales experience that I had as a kid with my dad in the auctions in the Sunday markets. He had no job before that. His first job was as a pizza boy. He was a pizza boy that in his first month closing with me, not in first month in high ticket sales, but first month closing with me on the same offer as me, he made £30,000. Then he made £40,000 in a single month. The most I believe he made in a month was something crazy like £60,000 or £70,000 a month. So I know what I teach works, guys, so long as you're coachable and you're willing to put the work in. You monkey see, monkey do. If you talk like me, if you can talk like me, you can act like me, you can say the same words that I'm saying, I promise you, you'll go far. You will go far. And I've helped countless people, guys. Countless people make £20,000, £30,000 a month. I've helped a handful of people make more than £50,000 a month. That's big money. That's life-changing money. And it's happened. So it can happen for you. If it's happened for them, it can happen for you. But the what I'm telling you is don't give up, man. Just do not give up. But anyways, guys, that's it from me. Hopefully you've got lots of value from this as well. As I said, I'm going to be picking up people from the live call. If there's any questions as well, you can drop them, on my socials. You can follow me on Instagram, Jabran Supercon. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Smash that like button as well. So I know that you like it as well. Leave your takeaways in the comments as well. On that note, I'm going to love you and leave you, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.